Alright, so team, today we're going to talk about pressure. And I'm going to test out some pens, mostly a Sharpie, because that's what'll show up on camera. Okay, so what kinds of pressure do you face going into your first year at uni? You may have pressure from your family, pressure from your friends, or you may have pressure from yourself, which, while I can't professionally help you with friend drama or family drama, I feel like I can help you with the pressure you put yourself under, because, you know, been there. The thing about uni is that it is this incredible opportunity to redefine who you are and figure out what you want to do on your own terms as an independent adult, which we're all technically independent adults here, even if we're faking it till we make it. So with this time of opportunity for self-discovery, you can get quite bogged down by the idea that it has to be this period of self-discovery, or that it has to be this time where you go crazy, or you do really well and hit the books, or even this thing about, which I never expected from the start of uni, but there's this constant barrage at the beginning of, oh, you might meet the person you're going to marry. So you spend the whole time focused on, oh my goodness, are they the one? They looked at me in the elevator. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? We're gonna get married now? Sorry, Susan. What I would really urge you to take on about uni is the fact that really no one cares. Which sounds terrible, and which I'm immediately going to redact, but not completely. No one cares if you go to class. No one cares if you don't. You're the only person who is worried about your grades, and yes, your family wants the best for you, but it's really down to you now. The way that I've tried to combat this immense pressure that I put myself under to do really well, or to produce great content for the blog, or anything, because pressure can come in all facets of life. If you've done your best, the rest is out of your hands. You just give something your best shot. Sometimes it won't be the best shot, but if it's the best you can do under circumstances with, you know, perhaps you've got 10,000 assignments, or perhaps there's been, you know, something a bit upsetting that's gone on in your life, or maybe your boyfriend broke up with you. I don't know, your friend is having a fight. What I'm trying to get at here is, if you give something your best effort, and you put all of the work that you can into it, even if you don't have much time, or if you've wasted some of your time, or whatever the fact of the matter is, if you give something your best shot and you go in, it's out of your hands. You can't freak out about it anymore. You can't put pressure on yourself, because sometimes pressure just ends up making you do worse. You get all nervous, then you freak out, and then you end up overanalyzing everything instead of just going in and getting the job done. And sometimes there's even the risk of knowing way too much. Like, sometimes I think about going into test or exam situations, you have to remember that sometimes you are freaking out because you know of how much you could possibly do. There's no point stressing about whether you do or you don't, or what mark you're going to get, as long as you do your best at the end of the day. Because the point is to get a degree, and one bad grade doesn't define you, and one late blog post doesn't define you, or one less night out. Sometimes you need to give up those nights out, because while uni is a full package, and I would never limit the experience to just academic learning or just making friends, it's a real period of transition and change and self-development, even if it's not this period of complete reinvention. There are times when certain things must be prioritized over others, and there's always going to be another opportunity for a night out, but there's not another opportunity for a deadline. So maybe take that 5% that you will not have to be penalized and just run with it, even if something isn't the best you could have done it, or if it's not the standard to which you would have really liked it to be. As long as you turn something in, get something down, that's what's important. You can put a lot of pressure on yourself to have this stereotypical university experience. That may be social, that may be academic, that may be romantic, whatever it is. And I just want to say, don't worry about it. You undergo such a profound change regardless in your first year of uni. It doesn't matter whether you get all A pluses or you get all C minuses or whatever it is. You are going to change and you are going to develop, and the best you can do is just take the pressure off and just be like, well, so much of this is out of my hands, especially if you're doing arts subjects. Take a qualitative subject if you're really concerned about knowing something and being able to be sure that you're going to get it right, because there's never 100% certainty that an arts lecturer or tutor or whatever is going to agree with you when they're marking. That's why you've just got to use the best support you can for your argument in any given situation and just hope for the best. That sounds scarier than it actually is. What am I trying to say? Let's get back to that. Just focus on what's important to you, do your best, forget the rest, and make the most of your first year at university, because while I may have made it sound a little bit daunting and quite frightening, which I hope I haven't, but you never know, it is a great time. And university, like life, is 100% what you make it. Indirect Hannah Montana reference there. And the sooner you realise that everything's up to you, the sooner the pressure's off.